When we last left off, our intrepid heroes made their way from the sunken temple after finally collecting the chalice of overflowing magic to an ancient elven barrow. They explored it a bit, fought some skellybobs, and uncovered the tomb of a maiden knight, Adriana. They knew that there was a magic sword in her tomb and they wanted it, so they popped the top and found that there was no body in the tomb, just a blade. And her retainers from life came back to unlife. Stabboed some people. It was a rough fight, but you all managed to make it out alive, such as it is, and have begun the march back to the abode of the Warden of the Woods, hoping to restock and rest after your experiences. However, something happens on the road. As you are heading around the crest of the lake, you see several figures making their way out of the brush to the south. All kitsunes by the looks of things, led by a lad with long dark hair, scale armor, and a red scarf around his neck. There's a long curved blade on his hip, and he steps forward as you approach.
Was there supposed to be a third expedition group? Do we know about a third expedition group?
I don't
You there. Hold.
And who are you?
I am Issei. You emerged from the tomb of the Maiden Knight. I sense the sword on your persons. My master is gathering fighters to oppose the shadow. We need that blade, and we will not leave here without it.
Okay. Second thought here though. Why not just join us in the fight against shadows? Because that's kind of what we're doing.
Or we can join your master,
Yeah,
depending on who they are.
yeah.
He will nod slowly as if this is a expected outcome. My master perhaps will allow you to wield the sword in his name, if you wish to accompany us back to his hidden fortress. That is agreeable.
So, when you say hidden fortress, that's kind of a little bit spoopy.
He grins. It is a fortress, and it is hidden from the likes of you and I without knowing the way. It is a redoubt against the encroaching shadow, a stronger holdfast than the hunter's camp by far.
Don't take this the wrong way, but kind of leads into a point. If we fall into a fortress, we either kind of join you or die, basically.
My master wishes no harm on we living things. The sword is non-negotiable, but if you hear him out and wish to leave, you will be allowed to do so.
I'd like to make an insight check on that. Is he like being actually legit when he says that?
Yeah, go ahead, absolutely.
Because this feels like the time to do. All right, yeah.
Also, yeah, let's swap voice servers for Hoffo real quick.
I'm on it.
Oh, okay.
Where's the sound cabinet?
Like this is the kind of situations insight checks were made for.
You get a read on him. As far as he is concerned, he is telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Z?
I still want to hear more about who this master actually is.
My master is Jobin, the Masterless, once a soldier of the old king. Like all of us, he was stranded here when the shadows began and the storms came. But he has vowed to fight the darkness, and he is accepting allies of all kinds, all creeds, all races.
Would I be able to know anything about this guy with a history check?
Well, you are super quiet. Hold on. Boost you up a little bit. Alright, what'd you say, Guardy?
Would I be able to know anything about this guy with a history check?
Potentially, yeah.
I don't think so.
No, Masterless Jobin is the greatest warrior to have ever arisen in the Charwood. He is a swordsman without peer.
Oh,
Are we allowed to make our own history checks just to...
Yes, you can definitely try.
Oh, hey, I have that trained.
Oh, no.
He is the greatest swordsman to have ever
I'm
lived.
I'm gonna roll a 1 now. Solidarity, guys. Oh, never mind. I really wanted to roll a 1 in solidarity.
Oh, no, he's totally the Masters without peer. It's 2 against 1.
No, Sif, you just don't know anything about him.
Oh yeah, I'm not from here. I forgot. Never mind. I don't know why I thought that would work.
Yeah, I mean, I am from around here, so I will pop inspiration on this.
Okay. Alright. You also have literally never heard of this guy.
sus.
Show who the what now? Sorry?
Jobin, the Masterless. A swordsman without peer.
No, I think I would know any swordsman without peer.
No, he's totally like the greatest swordsman here in the Charwood. Amina knows.
I believe I've heard that name.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Listen to your friends.
If only Puka was still here, she would know. Or at least, we would point Puka in a direction, and then whichever direction she picked, we would know that was the bad one because she was about to get ganked.
You know, that's a fair point. Either way, I think we should probably just go ahead and go along with them to
Puka.
comparison.
Puka is probably wait, what's his name, Saban?
What's whose name?
The greatest swordsman. of the
Jobin.
Charwood.
Jobin. Yeah, Jobin.
Puka
the
is
Masterless.
probably Joven's greatest fan.
Yeah, for sure.
She heard about him even in her dragon's life. It's just joking.
And think about it this way here. Like, we can either go along with them and hopefully have new allies against the fight against darkness, or you can say no and they'll probably just try and take the sword by force.
Yeah.
What
Ah, where'd I go? Who deleted my token? Where'd I go? What?
Where's the pleasant dichotomy? I don't exist anymore, by the way. Oh,
I don't exist
I do
anymore.
exist, but I'm invisible.
Yeah, so am I. What the
Aha!
hell?
What the hell?
What?
I'm invisible.
Hold on, let me...
Okay, so I can see Lucille and Sif, but I can't see myself.
Yeah, that's what I
I
got.
also can't see
Oh,
myself.
hold on, everyone. Just
I can
let me do
see
something real quick.
everybody except me.
Here,
Let me-
I'm gonna take a screenshot of it here, and I can show you.
Did that do anything to you guys?
No.
Okay.
Aha! Beat you to it, Emzo.
I'm still gonna put it.
Huh. That's interesting.
Don't worry. I am invisible now. I'm just going to sneak off this way with the sword. That's how this works, right?
It definitely seems like a thing you can and should do at this particular juncture. Just quietly walk off.
Well, we all turned invisible.
Yeah, but it's turned
Yeah, I mean,
invisible.
that's how it is.
Just mid-conversation, whoosh!
Nobody can
Norman's
see
standing there by
themselves.
himself in the middle of a...
What a fucking weird bug that is.
I'm gonna
I wonder-
refresh to
Yeah, so am I. So am I. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you guys should definitely refresh. While you're doing that, where the fuck did this map go?
Oh, good, I'm
Oh,
back.
hey, look, I'm back. I was banished to the Shadow Realm.
Alright, let's see how long
We
it
did.
lasts until we're gone again.
Alright, so what is the plan, you guys?
I think we go see Masterless Jobin. Anybody have objections to it?
Yes, but I also have objections to being shot.
Me too. Also blasted. That's
So
also.
anyways, I
not
started
good.
blasting.
Last
I have
is
no
bad.
no qualms against blasting, but being blasted. That's a different.
Well then, good. I'm glad you see reason. It's about 2 days to my master's fortress. We'll keep up a good pace. Come. He will do the little, like, scarf twirl thing as he turns on a heel and begins marching, and his goons will kind of wait for you to start following him before falling in around you.
Which of the goons is cutest?
Probably the Enchantress.
Yeah, probably the
Goons.
warlock, because charisma.
Alright. Her shoulder is now my right.
Okay.
Piggyback.
Roll charisma.
Piggyback.
Nice. Let's see.
Piggyback.
Alright, she falls for your wiles quite significantly. Sometime on the second day towards dusk, she will ask if you'd like to ride reverse.
Oh no,
Oh,
she just has nice shoulders.
let me just find a. Let me just put this blue ball on her.
Disappoint.
Alright. So these guys will get you back there without any chance of encounter. Would any of you like to try and memorize the path you take so that you can try and find your way back or figure out where this camp is in relation to anywhere else you've been?
I'd
Yes.
love to.
So would you like just like a raw intelligence, or do you have like an actual
This would
check?
be
like
a
survival.
nature or a survival check.
Nature or survival? Alright, nature it is.
No.
Survival wins the day.
Fuck yeah. Alright, so Minty, Aelin, and Norman will all be able to figure out where you're going. Which is... kind of like that. You'll never get particularly close to the road,
Oh,
so
jeez.
you won't see it.
Huh. I was kind of expecting the cave.
Actually, I put that in slightly the wrong square. Let me... There you go.
You know, I'm betting Saban has like a dragon on that bridge waiting to just like come down and like fire breathe everything.
What? Like I would do that to you.
It's okay, we just gotta go on like a little step bridge. It's like right down there. Pepper it with arrows until its tail falls up.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
And somehow the tail turns into a sword, because that's how you do.
Or I do really the speed
That's
throw
just how
stats.
dragons do.
We take some resin, we run down the entire bridge without any clothes, shoot an arrow at the thing, make it come down, and then whack its tail.
Bonk. Comes off in like 3 hits every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean.
But no. So, Issei takes you along this hidden route, and eventually up towards this long, craggy cliff that seems to create a sub-valley within the Silverleaf Forest, and overlooking that valley, through a series of little rocky inclines and ravines, you eventually come upon a wayfort, a large stone structure overlooking the bridge. It would be all but invisible to every angle except the one he brought you up. And from where it is, you can see that its arrow slits are basically hidden into the stone and could quite easily defend that bridge from all comers. At least if it were in decent repair, which it clearly is not. The stone and rubble is caving in on itself after decades or centuries of neglect. But there are people here, and they are actively working to bring the walls back up to repair. They've already got the gates built back up, fresh, solid wooden gates, and some of the trees have been cleared out around 30 or 40 feet from this entrance to protect it. And you can see armed guards, a couple of catfolk and kitsune, and tanuki, but mostly kitsunes, all carrying the same long, curved blades as Issei. And he will step to the forefront, speak quietly with a few of them, and then wave you in. My master is in the throne room. He will wish to speak to you. You have nothing to fear so long as you keep your hands off your weapons. No, except Adriana's sword, anyway.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully he's a amenable person. Is he, right? I'm right, I'm not right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, good.
Right. And so you are brought shortly into the throne room. It's a decaying structure. The roofs have all but crumbled in, letting in streams of sunlight. And the old pillars have been tattered with battle damage, you would suspect. Blasts of flame and myriad pocks where arrows might have hit. And you could swear you see ancient dried blood here and there, but the warriors here have done what they can to clean the place up. There's even a few large bear skins stretched out, quite fresh, to make makeshift rugs, leading up to a stone dais, and on the dais is a stone throne, and on the throne is a man. A rather unassuming fellow, a bit shorter than average, slender, with ratty black hair and the beginnings of a beard. He's a kitsune with a myriad of long, fluffy black tails behind him, and a big pair of prominent ears. And it looks like he hasn't slept in several days. He's quite weary looking. He greets you all with a respectful incline of his head. Well now, I see Issa has brought friends. That must mean you have the sword of the Maiden Knight. Is that right?
It is indeed.
Good. I'm surprised we could not uncover the riddle to open the tomb. None of us speak the ancient tongue of elves. Which one of you is the scholar that deciphered it?
We just opened it, and I told the tomb I needed it.
And it simply surrendered the blade without a fight.
Oh, there was an army of undead, but they stayed inside.
They're trapped within by magics.
Well, I don't know whether to call you brave or foolish, but I suppose either of them can be an ample replacement for cleverness. Sorry, my manners. I am Jobin, once a soldier of the kingdom. Now I lead this merry band in defense of the forest. I take it you found the shadow before, those horse-like creatures and the other corrupted things, shadows of men, ghosts, undead.
Yeah, we've kind of killed a few of those.
A few, yes, but they grow in number day by day.
Also, evil trees.
You've encountered one of those too, and lived to tell. That's impressive.
It
Not
ate
all
our
of us.
wizard.
Well,
Ah.
most of us live to tell.
Yes, we've lost several groups of scouts to mysterious plant life. Shame, we could have used a wizard here, and... Well... As Aelin says that, he kind of scowls and then chuckles to himself. Strength isn't all in stature, friend. Not all, anyway.
Forgive me, I come from a land far from here. What is this darkness a thing that happens in the south?
No, I've never seen anything like it. Even the Empire couldn't bring such horrors to bear, nor Lord Winter in his day. This is beyond our ken, and we have no scholars or sages left to try and find the source of it. All I know is that some creature, a great stag perhaps, or a horse with antlers, has begun marauding through the south of the forest, spawning lesser creatures, shadows. Most look like fell horses, but the undead rise as well, and nature itself rebels against us.
Do you
And that...
know
Go ahead.
do you know where it is emanating from?
No, somewhere in the south. Southwest, I'd say. Anyone who draws too close to that part of the forest never returns.
So... I think I know why you want the sword now.
He grins. And aside from it being a magical blade of a peerless elven knight, I take it
Oh,
you know the legend of it then, that it could find this beast.
Oh, there's a legend? Oh, no, I just... When I think about the sword, I know, it's that way to the unicorn. And I'll point.
The unicorn? Is that... Of course, that would be the beast itself then. The unicorn.
Remind me, what is a unicorn?
Is a horse with a singular horn upon its head. It's got some legends around it. Generally, you don't want to mess them too much, really.
They're the hearts of great
Fetches up good
forests like
price.
these. Fountains of limitless fey magic. Legendary creatures as old as time itself. They are said to be incorruptible, pure hearts. Creatures that live and breathe the good of this world, but I think this creature has been corrupted. Something has changed it, and now brought it down on this forest, though I can't imagine what.
Out of character here for a second here. I think I've got an idea with why the unicorns gone all evil. Yeah. Hmm.
So, something corrupted one of your pure forest spirits then.
That would be my guess, yes.
If we were several hundred miles to the north, I could lay some insight, but I doubt such creatures could survive down here. I'm pretty sure those kind would melt. So, what happens now?
I need that sword you're carrying, Adriana's blade. Only through that can I find the beast and have a chance at victory when I confront it.
Are you a paladin?
Oh, but I am a swordsman, the most capable one here. If anyone's to have a chance at defeating this beast in single combat, it'll be me.
You wish to fight it in single combat?
The beast is clever. It hasn't revealed itself to any groups yet. I doubt it would attack an army, let itself be surrounded. This forest is its home. Only an honorable challenge might draw it out. It was the companion of a knight, after all.
Presuming it
Isn't-
still has that honor after being corrupted.
Isn't that the point of the sword, though? And isn't this a hunt, not a duel? The sword leads the way, and then we
Is
lead
there
the
any
hunt.
chance of it being friendly to the owner of the sword?
I highly doubt it.
Perhaps.
I mean, the army of undeads didn't attack me. So
Yeah.
maybe the unicorn wouldn't as well? I mean,
Perhaps, but if I may offer an alternative, we had sought the sword to take out another source of darkness within this forest. And perhaps we can work together on both of these.
Other source
We-
of darkness?
Yes, don't you remember what the warden told us?
Well, do tell. What other darkness blights this forest?
There does lie a village near the center of it, by the lake, filled with Onis, I do believe they're called. We had sought the sword to give us an advantage when we were to take down that village. But
Why would you
if it
attack the Oni? They've done nothing.
exposition of what the warden told us, because I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, and when you repeat the warden's words, Jobin will just kind of stare at you for a moment. We've had nothing but cordial relations with the giants. They keep to themselves, recluses, the lot of them. They've not attacked any of ours. We've seen no evidence that they spread the darkness. I will not help you slaughter innocents, not when a darkness that is far greater yet lurks in the forest.
Very fair. Then perhaps along this way, if this beast of darkness hasn't led an army around it, perhaps a strike force could manage to fight the beast.
You mean a hunting party?
A hunting party, strike force, whatever. You call it a hunt, call it whatever.
Perhaps. I
To that
can't speak
end,
to the creature's mind, but I know that taking an army into the forest will not solve our problem.
how about we lend each other our hands since we both seek to destroy the darkness? The sword can stay with the person it's been attuned to. We lead the way with it, along with you and some of yours, and we can take down the beast. Seems a much safer alternative than to go at it one on one.
If you would join my crusade against these creatures, I will not turn you away. But neither can I let that blade go out of my sight. It is our only chance. But,
Cool.
and he
Then
will,
just come with us.
he'll turn to Z and say, my warriors need my leadership. I cannot leave. But, what is your name, Fairy Knight?
Oh, I am the great and mighty Z, guardian of the woods, protector of forest spirits, and keeper of nature's law.
Well, Z the great and mighty, if you will swear to me on that blade your loyalty in this mission of ours, if you will vow to join our company, then perhaps we can let you act as my arm here, autonomously.
I'm gonna pop an insight on him. Well,
Yeah, you get no special reading.
Then, by Adriana's sword and by the circle of the Charwood, I so swear that I shall fight with your company and under your command against the darkness that plagues this forest.
Jobin will stand up and he will draw a small knife from his belt. He will slice his palm, then extend both blade and hand to you and say, and I, Jobin, swear on my blood and this blade that I will lead you to victory against this beast, or give my life in the attempt.
Shall cut my palm on the knife and then clasp hands with him.
Alright. Give me a, I guess, perception test.
And a survival so you don't get diseased by having another person's blood in you.
No, that's fine. He only has, like, one STD.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You can cure that in a day. That's fine. Oh, nice. Okay. You you feel the deep and weighty bond of master and warrior forged here. Then he withdraws his hand, and Issei will bring out some bandage for both of you. Jobin will give a heavy sigh and sit back on his throne and say, "Very well, then. So long as the darkness blights this forest, there is aught my warriors and I can do to bring victory. Let us know. This fortress is at your disposal, should you need rest or recovery. Sadly, we have no apothecary, so our ability to offer healing and succor is limited at best. But there are a pair of Oni down in the valley. They know herb lore and medicine. If any of your party fall ill, you may seek them out. We've dealt with them, and they are trustworthy."
Just like it just looks like cat ears. Okay then.
Very well. I suppose we'll probably immediately make a use of that offer for resting and recovering here.
Yay, hit dice.
Well, Issei, find them rooms, tents, food, what little we have to spare. The samurai will give a crisp salute and then wave you on to follow him deeper into the castle.
Before we go, I would ask if you, you say you've had no trouble with the Oni, but have you had, how has your business been with the Lady Warden?
We've never encountered her ourselves. We hear from the Oni that she's gone insane, though. Been butchering them. Gods know why.
I'd heard that rumor myself. It was part of why the Circle sent me here. But on meeting her in person, she's, well, entirely reasonable.
Strange, then, that she's sworn some sort of blood oath to butcher the Oni. But he shrugs helplessly. As long as she does not attack any of us humanoids, then her business is her business. And not waste men trying to deal with her problems when the greater evil is yet afoot.
It's just... If she says the Oni are the problem, you say the Oni say she's the problem. And I don't know. Something weird going on with maybe it's just, the darkness from the unicorn that's causing all of this. And when that's done, everyone can calm down and stop murdering each other.
Perhaps.
Or not.
One can only hope. So yeah, that's all you have for him. Then Issei will offer to lead you to spare rooms. And as he takes you downwards into the hillside, you can get the sense that this castle is much larger than it lets on at first, built deep into the rocks. There's probably far more room here than there are fighters, maybe double the amount. And so it's quite easy to find individual lodging for you, and I think this is the first time in a couple of weeks you guys have had the chance to actually find, if not beds, then at least straw and leaf-packed bedding and a private room to call your own. Hot food follows quickly, brought down by a Tanuki servant who will make sure you each have a hot plate before retiring for the evening. Is there anything anyone would like to do here in the fortress? Shall we pass on to the morn?
I think
I'm
I'm good.
good.
Actually, hold on 1 second here. Can we restock on arrows here?
Yes. They can spare you a quiver of arrows and a quiver of crossbow bolts.
Okay. I'll just take a quiver of arrows then. Do they want money for it?
No.
Alright then, I'll just take the quiver of arrows. And have 34 arrows.
You might need to split them with Aylin. I think she's also running low.
Ah. Would you like 10 arrows? Alright then.
Right. If no one needs the crossbow bolts, they will keep them.
I mean, I only need like 2 to top off.
Yeah, I need 12 to top off.
Okay, then they will give you, I guess, 14.
I think for the night, I'm just going to tuck Adriana's sword under my, into my hammock.
Okay.
Just sleep on top of it.
Sounds good. Does anyone have anything else?
New.
I think I'm good. I think after we recover exhaustion, then we should go meet with the Oni in the valley and see what's up. Anybody have any objections to that?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Alright. So, Z, that night, you are troubled by dreams. The first time you've had a good night's sleep, a solid one with a bed, and yet you find yourself restless, tossing and turning and sweating. You don't remember what happened when you wake up, but you feel a sense of sadness and loss and overwhelming grief in your heart when you awake, and tears have streamed down your cheeks and wetted the bed beneath you.
Mm. I... Mm.
Hello?
We here.
Deafening
Oh.
silence. Alright, well, you have no reaction to that, then.
Okay. I thought I just cut out.
You did not.
What are you expecting? A detailed description of,
Hmm.
like, washing face from tears.
Yes, I want you to describe in detail how you lick your face clean of salty tears, you shitty fairy. No. I was just wondering if you had any reaction at all, but if not, that's fine. You just clean yourself up. And, yeah, that's weird. Alright, so yeah,
I mean, I have sort of been sad since I picked this fucking sword up.
you
That's
have, it's
just
true.
a thing.
Sad, sad little fairy. Alright, so yeah, if you guys want to spend like a day here to rest up and recover, I think that'll get rid of most of your exhaustion. What's everyone at for exhaustion?
Does anybody have only one exhaust?
I'm at 0.
I had 3. A triple.
Oof. Okay, so maybe it'll take you 3 days to recover.
Oh. You
God,
know
that
what?
Titus is so broken.
Oh, hold on, Guardy. Let me turn on your exhaustion trackers.
Okay, good. I was gonna say I couldn't see it.
Let's see. Show exhaustion tracker on. There you go. So you're at 2 now.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys can brew your own healing potions. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, we had 5 emerald sage, so how about everyone get a healing pot?
Hooray!
Once you start brewing down, some of Jobin's warriors will come up with bits of emerald sage and other herbal compounds of their own, hoping you could do the same for them, as they lack their own herbalist. They've been collecting the stuff but can't make the most use out of it. Sif, what are you trying to do with your persuade?
There's literally nothing for me to do, so I'm just leaning into my.
I mean, like, who you going after here? What you trying to get started here, other than just smash?
There's only like one character that I know that the character tokens are here, so I guess one of the Tanuki or something. I don't.
Sure, yeah. If you want to just find
That
a
enchantress from before.
Yeah, that blue-balled enchantress from before.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, she's feeling a little down after spending like a little over 2 days with a fairy riding on her shoulders and getting nothing out of it. So, if you want to offer her a massage and then keep going a little bit later, she won't mind.
Yay! Cephos.
Just gonna roll a d5 here. Nice. She has Andong. Roll.
I do not have Andong.
Excellent. Roll a Constitution save.
Never.
Don't get Thor Ragnarok now.
What
Don't
does
worry
that
about it.
mean?
No, it's fine. Your character's just like you haven't been eating right, and so you've just got no chance of getting knocked up at this point. Oh yeah, that's even better. Yeah, she just slips it in the back door instead. Wrong hole, wrong hole, ow! Alright. So yeah,
It's fine.
I guess a total of
It's
3...
salamander style.
A total of 3 days will slip by you guys as you rest and recover from your misadventures.
Savin, during those 3 days, could I make a persuasion check to see if I can't, like, get a little bit of background info about the place, like, how long these people have been here and, like, they've actually been fighting the darkness, like, what they've encountered, that type of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I feel that's probably a good idea. It doesn't go well.
Nah, they just don't quite trust you yet. They'll open up that they've certainly fought creatures of the darkness. The majority of them are those horse-shaped monstrosities that seem to pour out of the darkness, but There are others too, the plant creatures and humanoid ones that seem to be ghostly shadows. The way they describe them, they seem similar to the ghosts you fought in Torhenna, the elven ruins, but much stronger.
Hmm. Well, I will thank them for telling me about that. This sounded pretty similar to my own experiences in fighting some stuff around here, but the ghost thing is definitely very helpful.
They'll nod and suggest that if you can somehow find spare silver, you might want to consider melting your coins down into plating for your blades.
Mm, mm, hmm. How much silver would I need to do that?
A lot. It's like 300 pieces worth.
Damn. Wait,
Or no, I think
gemstones
it's
don't count.
100 pieces worth.
Gemstones don't work for that. Never mind. Never mind. I thought I had an idea, but it's not good. Never mind.
You know, also, those of you who had big bags of water gems and then went down in combat, when you go to check your inventory later on, you will find that many of them have shattered, unless you had the smart idea of putting them in a little water jar, in which case they're just fine.
Yeah.
Good thing I didn't go down in combat.
Yep.
I really need to get a better bag for these sometime soon.
Huh.
Uh,
So that is how silvered weapons work. It's just plated. I'd always imagined that it was just kind of spidered around the blade so you don't lose an edge. But no, you just literally dip your sword in silver.
Basically.
Hmm.
Alright, also, I need to BRB, so give me just a minute here.
it's such a shame I can't use these gems on something.
Not yet.
I mean, when you go down, you can use them as pocket sand.
It's gonna be so depressing when I go down that number of 50 to like will be half down to 25.
There.
At least we've gotten 2 experience so far.
Yeah.
Don't know how. I don't think we can actually get 5 anymore. Because we kind of already have the Chalice of Overflowing Magic.
I mean, we haven't taken it back to who wants.
This is true. This is very true. I suppose, like, advancing to stop the darkness kind of counts for that. Since the darkness is like a direct opposition into us getting it down there.
I'm back.
So,
So who's willing to bet that the warden is actually just insane?
I don't know anymore. Aminta definitely doesn't know because she hasn't met the warden.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'll have to see this unicorn to truly get a grasp on whether I think the warden's the one that's actually crazy or these guys are being fooled by the Onis.
I'm
Because if
not
we run
entirely sure their code. Like they're not. I don't know.
if the Onis are getting fooled by these guys, if we run into the unicorn and it's just a regular unicorn that doesn't try to kill us, I'm having some serious doubt.
I am back.
Yay.
Indeed.
Alright, Z, why don't you go ahead and roll Persuade at the members of Jobin's band.
I'm also curious as to what is actually up with like the caves, because we've had no indication of anything having to do with this place, and it clearly has something on the map.
The cave. I mean, we also,
Which
up
cave?
till now, hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
Up till now, we hadn't had any, like, interaction with the stone bridge.
This is true. This is very true.
Did Mers AFK? Oh. Huh. Alright, I'll do that retroactively then. So, once 3 days have passed, everyone has recovered from their injuries and exertions. You are told by Issei that there is a small footpath that leads down past the bridge and on towards the support beams, and that there is a little wood cabin down there where you can find a pair of Oni, a mated man and female.
Oh, Sagan's back.
Yep.
Heimers. Roll Persuade at the goons. See if they will chalk up any information. So they're pretty wary still, but because you are now sworn to Masterless Jobin, they will they'll share a bit of what they've seen. That many of them used to actually be bandits and cutthroats that had been operating here in the forest. Even a few renegades and deserters from the army back when the Empire attacked. Been living here ever since. They had taken this fort and made it into their home. And Jobin came along and told them how it was going to be from now on once the shadow fell. And of course, they didn't want to take any shit from this little manlet Kitsune, but when they went to fight him, he drew out a quite massive two-handed sword from his back and proceeded to literally bludgeon them into submission with the flat of the blade. Took on about 6 armed men all at once and didn't take a scratch from them. A few broken jaws and black eyes put them in their place, and after that he was able to start rallying other fighters who had been trapped here in the forest, and truly their position of leadership was solidified once the shadows made their first attack on the fort, and he was able to lead a successful defense, defeating one of the shadow horses in single combat.
So,
So,
sorry, Seven, just make sure I understood you properly there. He showed up, told him how it would be in when the. And what did he say, Ben?
So after the shadow fell, he showed up at this fort, told a bunch of bandits how it was going to be from now on. They didn't like that, so they tried to fight him off and show him who's boss, but he showed them who was boss and beat them up with the flat of his blade.
So after the shadow fell, but before any of the forces of shadow actually attacked here.
Correct. At least attacked this fort. Presumably they had attacked elsewhere.
And that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and you guys have probably, after 3 days, seen this big old sword of his, so if you're familiar with an odachi, the horse chopper version of the katana, he got one of them, while all the other fighters are using like hand axes or basic bitch katanas.
What a fucking weeb crew this is we've stumbled upon.
I mean, it's the Kitsune place. What do you want?
Fucking. As long as like their samurai is different from the hobgoblin samurai. Like these are like the actual legit samurai, and the hobgoblins just bastardize it. You know what? That's actually what they did. Right in the lore, saving. Right in the lore.
Yeah, definitely was not the other way around. Anyway, so yeah, after those 3 days have passed, you guys are told of this footpath that leads down underneath the bridge, where you can find some onis. You don't need to make a journey test. It's a good long climb down, but there's no real danger because you know where the footpath is. However, the onis clearly don't want to be found that easy. Would you make a group survival or investigation test to try and find where this mated pair have made their lair?
Alright, you said nature or investigation?
Survival or investigation.
Survival or investigation. Okay.
Still need 2 more people to roll.
I don't want to be involved.
I mean, you can just auto fail.
What?
That's fine.
Survival or investigation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So it's going to take you guys a good long while to find these guys. It takes probably, let's see, like half a day to get down there, and then a full day of searching through the brush. It's covering several miles around before you finally stumble across a little clearing nestled in the shadow of this great big old stone bridge. And the clearing is a little wood cottage, or at least it looks little the first time you see it, but as you draw closer you can see it's anything but. It's probably 20 feet high and close to 100 feet across. And a large plume of black smoke is wafting up into the air, but it seems to dissipate very quickly, leaving little evidence of its presence beyond the rim of the clearing. And you can see that several large vines are growing all over this cabin, making it quite difficult to see from any kind of distance.
Well, the best option is to make them know that we're here by knocking on the door like civilized people.
Alright, so you just want to approach the door?
Yes, I will
you-
approach the door and knock on it.
Is everyone going or just her?
I'll follow behind.
I shall flutter beside.
All right. Norman will also go with you, so... Alright. Last but not least, Aelin. Alright, so you're going to keep a bit of a distance. Gonna trail behind the rest of the party. That's smart. Alright. So yeah, that's fine, Stray. No worries. So you guys are able to advance on the door. No problem. There's not like a huge field of traps or anything. You don't all break your legs in bear traps. The door is itself quite imposing, clearly made for someone twice any of y'all's heights, or closer to 3 of Z's. But when you knock, there's a resounding thud, thud, thud that echoes, not just through the house, but through the clearing as well. Then you hear, or more like feel, the concussive force of a great big footstep inside. You hear a man's voice, booming and deep, saying, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. What do I smell? Come up my door." Then you hear another voice inside saying, "It doesn't even rhyme. Shut up." And there's some muttering from inside the door, and then it opens like halfway up, and a large red face with a pair of huge dragon-like horns over a mane of mussy white hair stares down at you all. "Small ones, what do you want? You're not part of Jobin's crew, are you? Look too
Hi.
soft."
I mean, technically we are now. Kind of.
I have sworn no oaths.
I,
I have a...
anyway, point of the matter, we're here to ask, a few questions of you, if you wouldn't mind.
A few questions.
Yes.
And why would I answer questions from strangers in the middle of the forest?
Well, it kind of has to do with, do you know the village, like, near the middle?
The Oni kind of cuts his glance aside, and you can see his shoulders visibly tense. "Yes, we're well familiar with the village. What of it?"
How best to say this here?
We've heard disturbing reports,
Yeah, that's a good way of
and
putting
we
it.
need to verify one way or another.
We
Has
have
there
not
been
lived in the
any
village
change?
for many years. You will have to look elsewhere. And he leans back and the door just clunk shuts. You begin to hear speaking from inside, but unless any of you speak Giantish, it's just gobbledygook.
God damn it, one more level. Rune Knights get Giantish at level 3.
Can I insight that?
Do you speak Giant?
I meant we haven't lived in the village for a long time.
Oh, yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. Alright, yeah, Aelin, if you speak Giant, you can put your ear to the door and hear the man grumbling. Talking about the village. Probably spies. The woman inside you haven't seen yet gives a big sigh and says, "Not everyone is a spy. Come now, there's no need to be rude. But they're asking questions. Well, just feed them something and send them on their way. No need to deal with that.
Do you know what they said, Aelin?
Something about just saying something to get rid of us.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps if we give a little bit more to the whole entire situation, they might be more amenable.
I thought I was being diplomatic.
Big guy thinks we're spying.
Spies for what? Oh, probably
I
the
don't know.
warden.
Whatever they're gonna say, it's not gonna be right, so.
Perhaps. Perhaps. If they reopen the door, we can try a different round of this.
Well, they don't seem to be in a hurry to do so. The door remains locked for this conversation.
Well, I'll try knocking again.
Alright, yeah, you knock, and there's a much louder, wordless grumbling from inside, and the door opens, and the fella leans out and says, I don't want to talk about our village. I have nothing to say about them, and I'm sure they have nothing good to say about us, so...
We
Well,
have received reports going one way or the other, as according to vis-a-vis the warden going insane and slaughtering people, and the Oni doing much the same. And surely both can't be right.
The warden what?
slaughtering, killing, getting rid of Oni.
We met with her, and she said she seems sane enough, and accused the Oni of becoming violent and attacking others.
He slams the door in your face, and you hear something heavy just slide onto it. Thunk.
Shrug.
Wasn't that kind of counterproductive?
Probably thinks we're allies with the warden now or something like that. I want to kill him.
He,
Or he thinks we're crazy?
he seemed surprised about the warden being mad more than about the other Oni.
It didn't seem like he liked the other Oni very much.
Is there like, can we still hear like giant shouting inside? Like, is he sounding stuff off?
Yeah, it's much fainter this time. Even if you put your ear to the door, you probably can't make it out. They're whispering inside.
I guess I'll speak up loudly enough to be heard on the other side. Well, double talk avails us none. We tried our best to be honorable. Let's be on our way.
No, let's wait a little bit. He might, I don't know. Hopefully we can try and see if we can't get some sort of information from him.
We are clearly not welcome on someone else's land. And I think pestering two giants is counterproductive to what we want to do.
I don't know. Let's just wait like a couple minutes to see if like they won't do anything, and I don't know.
Well, I will wait on the edge of the clearing so we're not cluttering up their doorstep.
Alright. So do the rest of you guys just kind of park out on the doorstep?
I'll get away from the doorstep a bit, like sit down like near the steps, like the beginning of the steps, and hopefully just wait a few minutes, see if they won't come out or do anything. If like nothing happens within like 20, 30 minutes, then I guess I'll just walk away.
Yeah, I think like maybe once during that time, a curtain over the window will move aside a little bit, and you'll catch a glimpse of a woman's uh, face and eye kind of peering out at you, and then it'll draw close again as soon as she sees you, and the door will remain quite closed.
Well, as soon as like I see her put the curtain away, then I'll just give a pointed sigh. And do I have any paper? Do I have paper? I probably don't have paper. Yeah, never mind. Oh well.
I mean, I do.
That's fine. Probably wouldn't do anything regardless. Just give a good shout or to the house here. Good luck to the both of you. Hopefully everything stays fine. Was really hoping we could actually figure out what's going on and stop somebody from killing people or people getting killed, but guess not.
I guess roll persuade or intimidate, whichever.
Okay. Yeah, 17.
Alright. So, I guess as you're starting to like make your way back towards the edge of the clearing, the door will open and a female Oni will step out. She looks pretty similar to the male fellow. Red skin, white hair, much bigger horns that curl all the way around to like her shoulders from the back. He's maybe like 2 or 3 inches shorter on total. Quite Amazonian in figure, clad in a long tunic down to her thighs, and she'll look askance and then step around to like the back of the house, and you once out of sight you can hear whistling as if just going about her daily business. Nothing to see here.
Okay. Guess
Be dope.
head on over there.
So
It sounds like it's time to stealth cat that way, so the male didn't see us or something. I don't know.
I
Or just
mean,
go around.
Or
I
just go
just-
around, yeah.
just go around. I'm on the edge of the clearing anyways. I can just walk around the other.
Yeah.
yeah. So you guys can
Yeah.
make it around the edge of the clearing to the back of the cabin, where she is like working with a bunch of potatoes buried in the ground, pulling them up very delicately with 2 fingers. Then she'll kind of glance over her shoulder as you approach. She'll say, "Are you serious about people dying?"
It's not something to joke about now, is it?
She makes an insight check on you and then succeeds, nods, says, "Damn it. I hoped it wouldn't come to that. That idiot woman. Poor, poor woman. I feel terribly for her, I do, but if she's killing innocent people, that's unforgivable. Makes her as bad as..." She'll shake her head vigorously and look down at her taters, start pulling them up a little bit more violently now. What do you need to know?
We simply wanted to discern the truth about what is happening uh, may have something to do with. What we were worried is that a darkness has settled over this forest, and the undead rise once more.
We've heard as much, but no monsters have made their way down into the valley yet.
Well, I suppose for starters, what do you mean, that poor woman?
She's talking about the warden, I would assume. Yes?
Yes, Varen. She lost her daughter not all that long ago.
Forgive me if I may be crass, but, is her daughter's loss related to the village? Is she blaming the village in some
No,
way?
not to the village, but it was an Oni that took her life.
I see. So, mad with grief, she's blaming every single Oni she finds then, I guess.
Yes, I suppose her rage is indiscriminate now. If she cannot find the killer himself.
A shame then. She had seemed, well, relatively reasonable when we had met her.
She was a good woman, once. I wouldn't call her a friend, but she kept the shadows at bay. On the rare occasion they'd rise, monsters, undead, whatever. They were her quarry, her and her daughter.
I see.
There, then, there is innocent blood being shed for a cause that I'm not sure what to do in these kinds of situations. It's much different where I come from.
If I may ask, what happened to her daughter's killer? Are they still walking free, or have they fled?
Does it matter? The warden can't find him, can't get her vengeance, so she'll never stop, will she?
I suppose not.
It,
What insight are you trying to gain, Z?
I'm pretty sure it's her husband, but I'm not entirely sure.
I thought they were brother and sister.
No, they're made of pair of Onis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kitsune up top would have told you they're a mated pair.
Oh, never mind. You said they looked incredibly similar to each other?
They do.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinky.
I mean, you're free to assume whatever.
I mean, insight-wise, like, does she actually know?
I guess I'm gonna roll a thing for her. Let's see. Yeah, she absolutely knows more than she's letting on, though you're not sure what that knowledge might entail.
To step in between a blood feud is none of our business. However, innocents are being killed But the darkness is the greater threat, I think. If we do not cut it out quickly, then it will infect everywhere. Perhaps after we are done with our business, we can uh, attempt to, I don't know, reconcile, maybe find the killer. Uh,
It is not your business, outsiders. You
it
should not
is.
involve yourselves with the warden's feud nor our kind's affairs.
Sure, it surely isn't. We'll just let the warden go on doing her business, killing everyone in that Oni village until they're all dead. Perfectly fine.
It
Or do you
is.
want me to tell you that you should kill the warden to put her out
No,
of her misery? I don't
that's
want
not what I'm saying.
more bloodshed, but there's nothing I can do.
If it moves your heart in such a way, Lucille, maybe we can attempt to parlay with them afterwards, even though stepping into someone else's blood feud is outside of our boundaries. However, there is a very real threat that we know how to hunt. This should take priority. The
Right.
longer, as the man said, the longer that this creature exists, the more it taints, corrupts, and raises the dead.
It's a spirit of these woods. Like bad blood from the woods. That might just be all that's caused this.
It doesn't matter. It's corrupted anyway. We'll have to get rid of it, and if we were to resolve bad blood, it probably wouldn't do anything to it.
Are your spirits so easily swayed by the denizens of their forest? I would have assumed something great and terrible had happened to it. Less a blood feud between a mother and a small village.
Not just a simple mother, no. Either way, let's be on our way. We're not gonna get anything more here. I wish you luck, Lady Oni. I'm afraid I don't know your name.
May your hunt for the beast of this forest be successful. She will rub at her eyes and pick up her little basket of potatoes and start heading for the door again.
You guys did not tell me that you had the tall folk down here as well. They look very different from the frost giants I know.
Norman will chime in. And from the ogres down south, too. With a rack of horns.
Much cleaner than the ogres, though. The ogres are very...
Yeah, they're gross.
They're very filthy creatures.
Eek.
Oh, filthy.
There's
That's
more.
not my experience. They taught my people language and how to build our snow burrow.
Definitely nothing like the ogres down south.
Yeah, that one seemed way too smart for any giant I've ever seen. You can actually string a sentence together.
Well, in the event, we should begin our hunt anon.
Indeed.
So what's our next step?
See if we
I
can't round up any
suppose-
warriors from Jobin's and then make towards that unicorn, I suppose. Unless anyone has any other ideas.
I'd suggest attempting to find expert hunters, trackers, scalds, perhaps.
I also might want to look at better weapons. We've only got the one magic sword.
Do you know of any other sort of ruins in the area?
There's
Maybe
supposed to be some
Boran
big old
does.
dwarven ruin up north in the mountains. Maybe there's something left over there. I don't
Worth
know.
a shot. That's pretty much directly north of us, right?
Yeah, should be able to just follow the road. At least that's what my map says.
I've never met a dwarf before.
I'm willing to take a shot at it. Any sort of edge we can get, the better.
Is this a fallen kingdom we're going to then?
Supposedly it's ruins, isn't it?
Normal shrug. I think so.
Almost,
Never been there.
almost all the dwarf kingdoms fell when the hobgoblins attacked. So
Ah, yes, this empire you guys. Hmm. They seem to be quite destructive.
An empire is calling it nicely. A tyranny is a better option to call them, really.
Isn't that all empires, though?
No.
Is there a good empire somewhere?
Not to my knowledge, but there could be a good empire sometime in the future.
Well, that aside, we have two choices. We can face this legendary creature as we are, or we could hope that. I believe you guys refer to dwarves as masters of the craft, correct? Smiths, miners, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of being stereotypical, but yes, they have been known to be particularly good at some of those things.
She'll cock her head. This is things all your kind have told me.
Look, I'm just saying not all dwarves are good at those things.
Just, most.
Yeah, just
So,
most notable ones are.
am I incorrect in this in assuming in what I know of their cultural emphasis being on mining and smithing?
Look,
If so, you
I,
have a lot of confused people in the South.
I, I don't know if it's really that dwarves emphasize it so much as they're the only long-lived race that bothers.
I see.
Us fairies just like trees. Trees are great, but trees don't make good swords.
So, if it is a dwarven outpost, then, and they are stout creatures, as I have been told, we should be wary. After all, what made them abandon this place in the first place? Are they not legendarily stubborn?
Legendarily dead. When the Empire came, they sent these little green bastards and regular goblins ahead, and they tunneled into the dwarf holds and overran them from the inside. It's a bad time for the dwarves. They ended up mostly having to come up to the surface.
What umbrage did these hobgoblins have against dwarves?
Probably smoked them out, set fires down there.
Yeah,
That's
they were
not that
there.
we're. Oh,
The dwarves are independent, and they don't like independent things.
so they slaughtered rather than conquer. Interesting.
That's
Oh
what
no, they
hobgoblins
love
do.
conquering.
And slaughtering.
It's just
Sounds like
But,
genocide
yeah.
to me.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
A conquered
Yeah.
people just means you rule. Oh, whatever. It matters little. So, shall we attempt to find weapons that we could use against this legendary creature of the forest?
Yes, let's be off on the way.
All right. Shields up and ears on a swivel. I have heard stories from my parents about the things that lurk underground.
Yeah, we've already fought skeletons underground. Don't think it's gonna get better up there.
Shall we inform our erstwhile host of our intention? Perhaps he would like to send warriors to scavenge for supplies himself.
I mean, yeah, he did say he wants to keep like an eye on the sword, so I imagine he wants to send at least someone with us.
So, back to Jobin's then.
Yeah, make a quick stop off, tell him we're off to go see if we can't find better weapons against this unicorn before we go fight it.
Alright. So yeah, we can fast forward to you returning to Jobin's camp. You find him on his throne once more, and once you are waved in, he'll hear what you have to say, nod approvingly. It's a good idea, finding more weapons. And thought to go dungeon delving, given the circumstances, but these creatures seem resistant to normal weapons, so it's probably smart. Speaking of which, he'll turn to Z and reach out and put a hand on your little shoulder. I've been thinking. You said, well, you implied you're a druidic knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Beholden to the circles?
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a circle, the Silverleaf, a long time ago. If you're heading north towards the old dwarf post, it's further up the road, but it's in that direction. And he'll pull out a little map, and he will mark its position. Boop. I don't know if you'll find magic weapons there, but there could be something. Magic scrolls or tomes or whatever. You okay there?
Oh, yes.
You sure that look your mouth? Okay. Pat you on the head. Let me know if you find anything. If the trade post is salvageable, I can send some people up there to make it defensible. I could move camp. And this Wayfort's solid, but anything dwarven is probably much more so. Well, is that it?
Yeah, that should be it. Well, no time like the present. We'll be off then.
Alright. Let's try not to die out there. We need warriors to fight the darkness. Getting slaughtered by some giant rat in a dungeon is unbecoming.
We'll certainly try not to die. I'd rather prefer not to die.
We've done a good job of it so far.
I, for
Kind of.
one, don't believe in rodents of unusual size.
You'll come to believe.
Surely they don't exist.
You'll come to believe. He sits down on his throne and gets a 1,000-yard stare as he has flashbacks of the Rat Wars.
I remember he remembers the Rat King. Just one giant, dozens of giant rats all tied together.
Yeah, they were
Duct
the
tape.
king of the Vermintide.
Oh, he said the thing. He did the thing.
Ah. Alright. They're not intentionally moving the trench coat either. They're just trapped in there, flailing around helplessly.
Alright, do you want us to do a journey roll for this?
Yes, this road is in pretty extreme disrepair. It'll be an easy DC, but there's a chance of encountering things on the road.
Okay.
Alright, let's allocate before we start pressing sheep things.
Okay.
Yes.
Who needs help with something?
I have a +3 survival for cooking. And I'm probably not great for much else.
I'm not good at anything, so I'm just an assistant bot.
So, Aelin can scout. Who can navigate?
I've been the one doing nature because I have a 2 in. So for the journey phase, I think I was the navigator, yeah. And then people would try to help me with that.
Yeah. Hoff, how good is your scouting bonus again? Okay, so we can... Well, actually, we've got a Norman we can assist with everything, can't we?
Oh, yeah.
We have 6 characters. I suddenly realise.
Yeah. So
Aha.
I'm just gonna click this button.
Yeah, Norman
Yay,
can assist
we
on
did
things.
it. We're the best. We did it. Number 8.
Okay,
I'm glad
Looks-
I'm glad I
Looks like we're getting in a fight.
nice.
Nice. So yeah, which role were you in again, Sif?
I was a navigator.
Oh boy. Let's see.
Let's see what happens is we thought the road just went straight when it actually goes through like this little bend here.
Yeah, it turns out you took the wrong turn and you just ended up going in fucking circles. It was the worst.
Yeah.
Alright, let me spool up the old table here. Stray, roll me a d20.
Hooray! Yay!
17. Oh, okay. That's nice. So yeah, as you guys are approaching the mountains, Sif, she leads you straight, she leads you true, but it turns out there's some creatures living on the road here, up in the foothills near this mountain.
Hooray!
Straight.
Yay!
Well, straight as the road goes.
I mean, it's pretty much a straight road, just that one little bend here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, straight.
Stray,
No,
roll
she
me-
leads us straight.
She leads you straight. Stray, roll 2d6
Not
plus 6,
necessarily
please.
along the road.
You got talked over.
2d6 plus 6, please.
That's a lot.
Nice. Okay. So as you crest a hill and you see the entrance to this old dwarven trading post, there are these huge granite columns supporting an arched entranceway, ancient stone gates that have been battered down over the course of time, very, very Mines of Moria. But instead of actually, just having a big lake outside full of tentacle grape, it's a brutal, rocky sort of incline that's been overgrown with grass growing up through the breaks in the cobbles. And moving around on this ancient road are large quadrupedal shapes, each about the size of a warhorse, covered in thick, shaggy gray fur. At first, Z, you feel that you're deepest fear has come true, that they are rodents of unusual size, but no, as you get closer, you can see that they have big, giant-like horns curling over their heads and long muzzles filled with grinding vegetative teeth and big, shaggy tails that woof, woof, woof behind their skirted coats. They are a dozen giant mountain goats.
Oh no.
All right, this is good. This is fine. We just won't bother them. We'll go around them and go in.
How close is the nearest goat to the door?
Probably like 10 feet.
I don't know if I like that idea. Those goats are pretty close to the door.
I mean, what would you do then? Scare them off? I don't like the chances of going against like a bunch of goats that big.
Maybe try running instead of sneaking. I don't think they'll let you sneak by.
I mean,
I don't think they'll
Those
let
goats are pretty
you
big.
run past either. Goats are ferocious when provoked, and fast-moving objects are definitely a provocation.
you know, he's saying, are these ghosts just like feasting on the grass? Essentially, if you're just
Yeah, they're
like
grazing.
foraging.
Like, maybe 8 of them are scattered out around the entrance to the dwarf hold, and then the other 4 are just like standing at literally impossible positions just on the sheer surface of it.
Have they made any notice to like look towards us coming, or?
Yeah, several of them kind of glanced up and been like, hey, it's people. And just kind of went back to their business.
All right, I'm just gonna walk up to the door then.
Alright. Yeah, when you start approaching, one of the males with a particularly large rack of horns will clop over toward you and make a little snort sound.
Goatees.
Hi there. You want pet?
He scrapes a hoof on the broken cobblestones and lowers his head at you.
I assume that means you want pet, and I will just casually ruffle the head then. I'm about to get
Bonk.
bonked.
Bonk!
Let's see here. Does it actually hit? Yeah, it does hit. Okay.
Alright. So yeah, you move to approach, and the goat just like kicks off its hind legs and just rams its horns into your chest and sends you sprawling backwards. The rest of the goats will look up in surprise and start paying dramatically more attention to this.
I'm
Okay.
just going to sit down cross-legged so I appear to be less of a threat.
Hold on, let me just get out a map here. This is
Well,
gonna
that's
be
not very nice.
There's a road.
You know, if you'll let me, I'm just gonna get back up and walk back away from him for a bit.
Oh god, I horribly fucked up this road. Oh no.
I really rather would not have to hurt goats if I could help it.
No, the goats are the ones who will be hurting you.
Yeah, I don't think you understand how this is gonna go for you. God, I don't know how Scow makes maps look this good with fucking MS Paint tools here. Really
Does
don't.
she?
She just makes boxes. Just throw boxes on it.
Yeah, you're right. I should just make this a box. Fuck it.
See, now you're thinking like a scow.
Now you're thinking like a box.
Scal makes very functional maps, but I've never really felt like she makes good-looking ones.
Look, they're functional enough, which is all I can ask for from an MS Paint map. Like, I can identify that things are supposed to be other things.
I'm
Mhm.
just glad to be a part of Borks.
Me too. Porks is a good time. Anyway, now I'm going to add a dozen goats to this map.
Are we rolling initiative? I don't want to roll initiative against goats.
I don't know. We'll find out.
I feel like the goats are rolling initiative against us, even if we don't.
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
I know Hedra would
I
be
will
screaming
cast
in my
Mage
ear
on
that goats are delicious, but goats are also adorable.
Everything is adorable.
It's true,
Until it
though.
rams you, then it's not quite so adorable.
No, it's still pretty damn cute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, buy goat. And grab some party tokens.
Goat.
Here's you guys. Here's you, just got rammed. And yeah, the rest of the goats are now looking down at you with marked interest. What do?
I know I don't. I might look it, but I don't speak goat.
Why is this happening?
I
Oh my god. Whenever I pick up my character's token, it moves the entire fucking screen with.
Oh no.
What?
That's
Yes.
dumb.
Fucked.
Hang on. Refreshing.
That's weird. Anyway,
Not actually there. I'm broken. Give me
anyway,
a second.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to take a deep breath. By that I mean I'm going to second wind.
Okay.
Fucking, that's an amazing second wind.
Oh boy.
Dang.
And I guess I will step back if I can.
Okay.
Is it looking like it's going to let me, or do I need to actually like disengage from him?
No, it'll let you, and when you step back, it'll kind of take a step back, like, yeah, you better walk, you better run.
I can't get back into roll 20.
Oh no.
Like, I backed out, I tried to refresh, and nothing happened. It just froze. And now I opened up roll 20 again, and nothing's happening. So I was like, is my internet down? No, people are still talking. I can access.
No, roll 20 might be fucked. I got a fucking Cloudflare error inside a character sheet a minute ago. That was amazing.
Opening up, like, Roll20 status. There's nothing coming up, as out, so...
That good, not expecting it to exactly ram me. Probably should if it's a wild animal. I assume it's a wild animal. But it certainly does not seem like it wants to let us go inside.
That's what someone with high wisdom and clicking animal handling is for. You're gonna want someone to help you with that. Someone who say hasn't been bonky. Okay, I'm back. And
I'll
also just
help.
move when I move around. Okay.
I'll help. I am a goat after all.
They are your people.
Alright, have at it.
Maybe, like, give them a few minutes to calm down, then we can try to, give them some spare snack, and then we might be able to go on through.
I'll just sit down and dead-eye the goat that, like, ran me.
It stares at you with its dead, soulless eyes. They're
Don't.
inhuman and bestial. They hold no intelligence but infinite malice.
Lucille, don't look at it like that. That's, like, dependent on how it feels. It's either gonna think that is a challenge, or that you're a lady goat.
Yeah, it was actually just trying to shove its head in your tits. That's why it charged.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, I kind of forgive it because I mean, I do have a rockin' pair, but still.
Yeah, but lady goats don't.
The lady goats are all deeply incensed by this comment and charge you. No.
Yeah, they've got, like,
Lady goats
a
don't
fucking
know more competition.
quartet. At least I think goats have, like, have 4 teats. They possibly have more. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on goatology.
Okay then.
Yes. After a few minutes of us being here, I want to, try to approach with, like, offerings of food and, appropriate goat peace signs.
Alright, so you approach the male goat defending his herd. Roll animal handling if you want to try and bribe it with food.
Yeah.
You get
There
advantage
was
from...
talk of people helping, so.
Okay. The goat will warily approach and sniff at you and challenge you with his horns a little bit, but when you extend your hands with food and Minty displays her own little goater horns, will seem somewhat mollified and begin munch out of your hand.
I wonder if it will be less threatened by me if I turn into a tiny snow fox with barding and just kind of trot on past.
Aren't foxes predators?
But they're not the natural predators of giant goats, and they don't eat goats. They eat mice.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, but...
I'm pretty sure
I
a
mean-
goat isn't going to be worried about a fox.
Yeah, they're not natural
least
predators. That
not-
like goats don't look at foxes as predators. They look at like wolves and bears and stuff like that. Or
I mean,
big
At
What's
least not a
cats.
regular sized fox.
I mean, worst that happens is it gets spooked by you and then tries to stomp you into the ground, breaking your neck.
I mean, I have the same amount of hit points, and Sav&D says that the barding comes with me when I shape. I get little fox barding.
I know.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
saying.
I need to see, like, art of that.
We don't want to spook them though.
Someone get art of it and then do up a stat block so we can sell it as DLC for Pugmire.
Yeah, if the goats are baited, should we try to pass again?
Each of you, like, come up one at a time with some food.
What do you mean?
Let them
Okay.
munch. Didn't embed on our ends, Stray.
Yeah, we can't see it.
It embedded on my end.
Oh.
That's
Why are you
interesting.
yelling? It looks fine on
It
mine.
didn't
and-
embed for me, but
Oh, there it goes.
let's see it.
Oh, that's adorable.
Eat a fox.
They got a little muzzle
It
armor.
is.
But wait, if its armor's like that, how can it grip its sword in its mouth like Sif?
The world may never know.
I mean, really, with its armor like that, it can't actually, like, go into a running pose. It has to sit up like that.
Yeah, waddles into battle.
It's like tell people to come up one at a time. Let the chief goat smell them. Give it munch. Only after it's like gotten to examine everyone should we try to go past.
Alright. So yeah, would someone else like to try and make an animal handling check? So contribute to successes on the skill challenge.
Do we
How
get
about I
assistance?
help someone else?
I
Yeah,
think
you
we're all
can-
getting assistance from like Z doing this essentially. That's what's letting us doing all that.
No, she's already got her success. It's you need 2 more to get on by here.
Island should do one.
I will definitely help someone since I have 0. So
Alright, sounds like you two have approached the goat, and you can just back up Aelin, who can approach for you and deliver unto it the maunch. The goat is deeply pleased by these offerings. The other goaters begin kind of coming your way. Hey, what's going on here, boss? Hey, how's it going? You want to share? Looks like you got stuff there.
God.
What you got there?
You were gonna share
Have
with the
some.
rest of us, right?
Perhaps some munch?
If only I was LOA in this situation.
A couple of tasties?
I would love to know what a goat says.
Squadron advance.
oh god, I'm getting surrounded by my nemesis. No. Well, Stray,
What?
don't fuck up.
I said I was assisting someone else.
It's either you or
All right.
Norman.
Well, I guess Norman's gonna roll.
I have a
All right.
-1.
All right. No,
Assist.
Norman's got this. 20.
Yeah.
All right.
Norman do indeed got this.
So Norman will begin passing out some of his dried veggies out to the goaters, who seem contented by this offering. The goats continue to request food from you guys as you pass it out. Like once the chieftain gives the okay, the rest of the herd moves in.
Munch, munch.
So yeah, if all you guys want to mark off like a day of rations each, you can placate this herd of goats.
I'm fine with that if it means not having to fight goats.
Yay.
Alright, so the goats are now your friends. They've been mollified by the foodies. But now you are standing in the middle of the herd. You belong to the herd. You are one with the herd.
I mean, we can just squeeze by.
No, the goats love you. They surround you.
And then I turn into a small fox and run between the legs. No.
Excuse me, goats.
No.
Up and over is my plan.
Alright.
How tall are these giant
Z, would you
goats?
make either a acrobatics or an athletics check, please? Alright, you are in fact able to escape the herd. They Chief Goat tries to like grab the hem of your cloak or something as you zip away, but you are able to sort of twist it out, and he's just left with a big mouthful of cloth. He chomps that down. Sif, same with you if you want to fuck off.
Uh,
If.
could I just make an athletics to just kind of you know, pull up my shield and kind of scoof my way this way?
Yeah, you can try and.
Nerf,
So you can't
nerf.
squeeze through them, but you can try and like push a goat out of the way to make room for you to kind of get out.
You know, like when you're surrounded by dogs at a dog park and you need to go get your dog, you're just kind of
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
Oh,
All right.
I clicked the wrong button.
Okay. You are indeed able to kind of like make a little room here.
And then immediately gets gobbled back up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, this goat can't get in, so they're gonna kind of follow you guys.
I assume I should acrobatics my way out.
And if you wanna get out,
I do. I don't.
all right. No,
Can
you
I-
belong to the herd now.
Can I make a performance check to make it seem like it's totally normal for me, a goat, to be leaving the herd,
Yes.
or at least to be getting closer to the edge of the herd?
For you, a goat, absolutely. All right. Yeah, they're too stupid to do anything about that.
all right. That's enough of that. I turn into a fox and run over here.
All right. The goat is content to start. Hold on a minute. You come back here. No, you come back here. You get to like here and start trying to squeeze through these goats, and I'm like, no.
Can I try jumping out of them again?
No, not really.
Ellen's gonna
Uh,
like pat one of its bums and then just when it's relaxing, like try and just shuffle along the way as if she's trying to pat the other side, so it'll allow her to go through.
Sure, you can roll animal handling. Oh fuck yeah. Pick one of your friends to also extricate with you.
Norman.
Alright, so you and Norman are able to pop out here, and thanks to your friend's distraction, you are able to get out unmolested further. Minty is tanking some aggro for you, so you guys can get away.
oh god.
And yeah, Minty, all the goats that can't get at Lucille are now surrounding you.
I don't have anything I can do to get out of here. Acrobatics was my shot. I have.
Savan,
Yes.
can I use my power of flight to, like, flutter over, sprinkle, like, another ration's worth of food over the floor, and buy these two, like, a chance to escape?
One ration per person, but yeah, you can do that.
Can I make, like, a roll to do it with just one?
I don't think there's gonna be enough. There's so many goats.
Actually, I have an idea here. If I were to take a ration and chuck it, like, either this way or that way, would that distract the goats enough to, like, give me another chance to acrobatics out?
Potentially. It might even just make room as they go to chase it.
Alright, I'm gonna chuck a rations, like, that way.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay. 14?
Alright. Chief Goat tries to nab it out of the air, but it goes over here. And then, yeah, some of his little friends here are gonna go over that way.
And then I'm gonna make a dash out that way.
Alright. Yeah, make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
I believe in you. Alright, yeah.
Alright.
They want you, but you were able to escape.
Alright.
And I'll mark off a ration to do a distraction for Minty's sake.
All right, just as Chief Goatstud's getting over there, like, hey, pretty lady, you
Oh, no.
throw some food down. He's like, ooh,
My
shiny.
performance was too.
Your performance was a little too good. But yeah, you are able to extricate your friends and get in there, and the goats will follow you right up to like about here, and then even Chief Goatstud just kind of scrabbles his legs back and grinds to a halt and makes some goat noises, and then get back.
Bye-bye, goat friends.
Oh, it's not goodbye. They'll be here when you come out.
TTFN, goat friends.
You've given them the handouts now, guys. They're dependent on you for the rest of their existences.
It's okay, I have an idea for
We have a goat
the exit
army.
strategy.
We will bring down the unicorn with our army of goat.
Assuming I'm still alive, I have the ideas
I mean,
for
If I-
when we leave.
if I can get a giant goat mount, just ride around with both my scimitars out. I like this idea.
Alright. And as you enter the dwarf hold, that's what we're going to call it here, because I sure don't have anything in there prepped.
Yay.
Okay.
So yeah, let's do XP.
Yay.
Did you explore a new or interesting location for the first time?
Yes.
Both Jobin's hideout and the ogre's little hideout there under the bridge. Did you discover a new chapter in the story of the Silverleaf Forest?
Yes.
Such as?
Yes.
That the Warren's daughter was actually killed by an Oni.
Yes.
Alright.
Or that we have also like this entire another group here.
Did you complete or significantly advance the quest for this Chalice of Overflowing Magic? Nope, you have the thing, but you have not really
I haven't
progressed
taken
towards
it back.
getting it out. Yeah.
Can I make a thing of that? We did gain a bunch of allies to getting rid of the darkness, which is hampering our progress to getting it out.
I think once you apply those allies, yes, but just having friends, nah.
Okay.
Did you acquire a permanent magic item? No. Did you defeat a legendary foe or a direct threat to a friendly settlement? No. So, 3 XPs, everybody.
Darn, these
You mean
goats
two.
aren't threatening enough.
It's true. They just want to have fun.
You mean 2, right? Because you said the third one didn't apply.
Did I? Okay, then 2.
Yeah, because you said like just having a bunch of friends wasn't
Right,
enough
yes,
to
you're
score
right.
that in.
Okay, so yeah, 2 XPs. I have a feeling
one.
you'll get to level 3 XP next session. Which is convenient,
Oh, no.
because I think one of you is going to be a rune knight, and you know what dwarves like? Runes.
Yay.
You mean they don't like having like twin linked weapons or whatever? Like
How
that type thing?
topical.
What a shame.
Oh yeah, I mean, for sure, Alan, if you guys had fought Chief Goatstud here, he would have had like 3 legendary actions. This is the real final boss of this campaign. All 3 actions are just used every round to just ram you. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Alright. And so yeah, that's it for us.
Chief
Go to sleep,
Goat bonk.
everybody. And for those of you who are tuning on the stream, check back tomorrow for Ass, right? Right?
Yeah. You know, we should probably ping out ahead of time so that we don't have like something like last week happen.
You know
Audio
what
stream.
else is happening this weekend?
Oh?
Borks.
A new thing on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's a new thing that's going to be on Sunday. Sunday night.
Wow.
Suffer not the heretic, nor the mutant, nor the unclean.
The thing.
But we'll talk more about that on Sunday.
Suffer.